Let's get started. Back on, a video was posted on another website a couple of years after the first. Fast forward a couple of years and you have YouTubers who have a larger audience than entire mainstream media conglomerates. Throughout history, technological leaps have resulted in the birth of entirely new sectors and economies. Another quantum leap is taking place as you read this piece. It is referred to as the Metaverse, and it will fundamentally alter the way everything else operates. Will Meta be able to make things better? Each and every news outlet has been painting a gloomy future in which we are all condemned to be mindless robots in a cog-a-ready player meets the Matrix world in which the Zuck controls everything since Mark Zuckerberg made the announcement. It's the most straightforward narrative to use, yet it's also one that generates the most clicks. This post is not about large corporations attempting to construct the Matrix. Rather, it is about you gaining an awareness of what is happening and how you might benefit from it. Moreover, the simplest way to comprehend this is to consider something on a smaller scale, such as the multiverse. Have you seen Ariana Grande's latest concert performance? You could have not predicted that Ariana Grande would tour in Fortnite in 2021 if you had told someone 2 years ago. They did, however, manage to create a unique experience with an entirely new degree of interaction, which was similar to what happened with Travis Scott the year before that. What this form of experience does really well is bridge the gap between something in the real world and something in the virtual world. Something very intriguing is happening right now across all industries at the same time, and this type of experience excels at doing so. In Rocket League, BMW introduced their new car, and streaming firms such as Netflix are creating video games, as well as video companies such as Riot creating Netflix series. The consequence is a disruption in how we connect with both worlds, as well as what is truly achievable in both. What precisely is the Metaverse and how does it work? The Metaverse is currently what the internet was in the 1990s. You can now see the future with nothing more than a modem, a phone line, and a few dollars a month, says the Metaverse's current state. Before social media, there was no idea of content providers on social media, sharing and trading platforms, platform makers, platforms that make other platforms, and the list goes on. The Metaverse is defined as whatever we create on it in a technical sense, and it is situated at the nexus of Web 3.0, blockchain, and virtual reality. It is the combination of these three factors that allows it to be accomplished. Therefore, we must examine each of the three components separately. There are several versions of the internet, starting with Web 3.0, which is the next version of the internet. Web 1.0. This looked like the website we talked about at the beginning of this article. It was just a page with a bunch of text and some hyperlinks to other pages with more text. There was no interaction, there was no user-generated content, it was pretty much just text on a screen. Web 2.0 is the term used to describe what we currently have. It is mostly a community-based organization. The majority of it is made up of user-generated content, and it is very interactive, allowing you to do a variety of things on it. One extremely crucial point to emphasize here is that there is just one thing you can buy and own on the internet in the Web 2.0 era, and that is a domain name such as ladyandproud.com, which we currently hold. There is no way for anyone in the world to create a second website with the same domain name because everything else is held by companies. In Web 3.0, the most important thing you can do is own parts of the internet. Everything you create, buy, or sell on the internet is yours, and you have full ownership rights, and this is made possible by blockchain and more specifically by NFTs. These are the foundation blocks of value in the Metaverse. You probably have an idea of what they are, but most people disregard them as useless pixels on a screen for which some idiots are willing to pay millions of dollars. What is it that prevents me from saving an NFT to my desktop using the right-click menu? What is the significance of this? We should discuss about money or the history of money or how money came to be in order for you to gain a better understanding of how NFTs work. What gives you the impression that this piece of paper is worth $100? Who informed you about this? Is it reasonable to expect someone to trade products for your piece of paper? The reason for this is that we have all decided that $1 is worth $1 and that we trust that it will always be so. It is a social construct and it is not really real, but it makes it easier to exchange goods and services, and so we have all agreed to use it. While you may recognize that the value of an NFT is determined by how much those who embrace it determine that it is worth and that it provides ownership due to the fact that it can be tracked in the blockchain and no one can copy it, you may recognize what NFTs can become in the future, similar to how websites change over time. Consider the following comparison. The first page we discussed before is compared to the Google Maps page. Both are internet pages that contain a specific link, but the difference between them is astronomically significant. There's a wonderful tweet that says something along the lines of, "NFTs are a scam," yet they upload their original works on Instagram in exchange for digital hearts, which is a terrific way to spread the word. In this sense, you are able to actually own something while yet using it within the context of Web 3.0. When it comes to interacting with virtual reality, what would be a fantastic method? Why is the metaverse the workplace of the future? Despite the fact that virtual reality is merely a component of the metaverse, it appears to be the only thing that people are talking about. Until holograms become a reality, this is the coolest thing we have right now, and it represents the inevitable development of technical advancement. When someone claims that Facebook is building the metaverse, they are fundamentally incorrect. Facebook does not own the internet, the blockchain, or virtual reality. It's the equivalent of saying that Apple built telecommunications when they launched the iPhone, and it doesn't really matter what they, Google, or any other company is up to in the meantime. When blockchain becomes ubiquitous, the internet will become the property of individuals, which is something that the majority of people are unable to comprehend. Consider the following scenario. You are an artist who creates a song and sells it for $1 as an NFT. You include a provision in your smart contract that states that every time your song is sold, you will receive 80% of the proceeds, with 20% going to the seller. Let us assume that we will purchase your song for $1 and sell it to someone else for $1. In this case, you, the artist, receive $1 from the initial sale and 80 cents from the second sale, while we receive 20 cents. Every time someone purchases your music, you receive an automated payment of 80% of the proceeds in your digital wallet. In the absence of a third-party platform like Spotify, Apple Music, or a label, not only do you make significantly more money, but also your community benefits financially from your work, which is how individual ownership is taking root. Everything in the metaverse works on this formula, and that is what the metaverse is all about. As a newcomer to this land, you must learn to recognize and create new opportunities. You can only do this by learning. You will be left behind when the reality of both natural and virtual realities reaches you if you don't comprehend how this new thing works. The good news is that we are still in the early phases of learning about this sector. There is room for growth and a new pie to consume. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what metaverse place you're invested in or got your eye on in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next video.